The Miscalculations of Lightning Girl by Stacy McAnulty. Chapter 1. I don't remember the moment that changed my life 4 years ago. Call it a side effect of being struck by lightning. That bolt of electricity burned a small hole in my memory. It also rewired my brain, transforming me into Lucille Fanny Callahan, math genius. I've been told the lightning strike story 42 times, so it's almost like my own memory. I see it perfectly. I'm at the Crystal Creek Apartments where Nana and I lived then. There's not really a creek, just a big, dirty fountain in front. I'm playing outside with a girl named Cecilia when the thunderstorm starts. We live in North Carolina, and storms happen all the time in the spring and summer. We watch from behind a tool shed. For some reason, I climb on the chain link fence. Maybe 8-year-old me was a daredevil. 12-year-old me definitely is not. Lightning strikes the fence, and the electricity runs through the metal links and then through me. Some of the current even jumps from me to Cecilia. I'm knocked out. Cecilia is just knocked over. She runs and gets help. Joe, the maintenance man, uses a defibrillator on me because the electricity from the lightning stopped my heart. The electricity from the defibrillator starts it back up. I do remember the hospital and the black burns on my pale hands. I remember pretending to be asleep while Nana prayed next to my bed. I only stayed in the hospital one night. The doctors did all their tests. They said my heart took a 2 to 5 minute nap. I hate that no one knows the exact number. They said I was lucky and I'd be fine. Back to normal in a few days. But doctors are wrong sometimes. A week later, Nana and I were watching TV, and a commercial came on for a used car dealership. The man was screaming, so I had to pay attention. "That's $359 a month for 48 months, folks." He was really loud. "Nobody beats Frank Fontana. Nobody." I yelled back, $17,232. "What?" Nana asked. "That's how much the car costs," I said. "Did you read that on TV?" "I just know 359 times 48 is 17,232. Nana frowned and shook her head, but then she got up and went to find a calculator. "What were those numbers again?" she asked. I told her, and she punched them in. And the answer? 17,232. "You're right." She sounded surprised. I wasn't surprised, but I guess I should have been. I mean, I was only in 2nd grade, and we were still learning addition and subtraction. Nana turned off the television. "What's 99 times 88? She asked. 8,712. "Can we have McDonald's for dinner?" I asked. Nana ignored me and asked another math problem, and then another. She kept using bigger numbers, more digits, but it never got harder. The doctors call my condition acquired Savant Syndrome. Savant means that my math skills are far beyond normal, and acquired means I wasn't born with this wacky ability. I got it because I was holding a metal fence during a lightning storm. Cecilia didn't get any special powers. We stopped being friends soon after that. I was busy trying to understand my new brain, and in the fall, Nana and I moved. Acquired Savant Syndrome is caused by brain damage. I can't say that in front of Nana. She thinks it's a miracle. My Uncle Paul likes to think of it as a superpower, something from a comic book or a movie. But really, I'm brain damaged. Part of my left lobe has been turned off, and now my right lobe works overtime. My condition is really rare. I've never met anyone with it. It's even rarer in females, and super rare in kids. One of my doctors, Dr. Emily Bari, specializes in Savant Syndrome. She's worked with a lady who can make a drawing so realistic it looks like a photo, and with a guy who can speak any language after hearing it only a few times. I'm her only acquired savant patient. Years ago, Dr. Bari did have a guy who, after hitting his head on the bottom of a swimming pool, could suddenly play the piano. He'd never taken a single lesson, but that guy is dead now from old age. My supercomputer brain can do more than add, subtract, multiply, and divide, which is no more impressive than a $3 calculator. I can also do calendar math. January 14th, 1901 was a Monday. July 2nd, 1975 was a Wednesday. September 30th, 2055 will be a Thursday. Google can do this too, and almost as fast. I also see math. Every number has its own color and shape. Take the number 5. It's a jelly bean shape, red-brown, like the color of Carolina mud. The number 12 is a set of cream-colored squares. The number 47 is a fluorescent orange oval. Prime numbers have curves, non-primes have hard edges. These colors and shapes make it fun and easy to play with numbers, and I can find patterns in anything from the stock market to baseball games to the price of cereal. Nana likes to bargain shop. And then there's my number memory ability. I remember every set of numbers I hear or see, like license plates or phone numbers or the digits of pi. Pi is my favorite mathematical constant. But because the digits of pi after the point go on forever, I only let myself recite the numbers to the 314th decimal place. Pi equals 3.14159265358979322384627950228. 84197169393510582094592307816406286286 20899862803482534217067982148086513282330 66470938446095505035175359408128481111745 02841027019385596446229489549303819 64428810975665933446128233786783165 271201909145646034610454326648221 33936072604487006600631. These digits repeat in my brain even when I don't want them to. It's like getting a song stuck in your head. Only for me, it's always the same song. Incredibly annoying, but still beautiful. Being a savant does have its downsides, like the guy who hit his head in the pool and could play the piano. He was blind after the accident. I'm not blind, but I do have my own issues. When people meet me, they expect Einstein or Maryam Marzahani, if they're familiar with recent mathematical geniuses. But instead, they get the one and only freaky strange Lucy, the girl who can't sit down without making you stare at her because she needs to do it 3 times. The girl who would rather calculate your age down to the hour than talk about your hobbies. The girl who never leaves the house without a supply of Clorox wipes and hand sanitizer. Lucky for me and everybody else, I rarely have to meet people. I'm a reclusive genius. Chapter 2. Nana and I sit on the couch and pretend we aren't waiting for the doorbell. Uncle Paul said sometime after 4 p.m. It's only 4:11, so technically he's not late, and he won't ever be, even if he doesn't show up for days. We watch a game show where people run around a grocery store. I like game shows. There are always points or prices to calculate. A knock, finally. I'm off the couch and opening the apartment door before Nana gets up. Uncle Paul stands in the doorway with a duffel bag. He's wearing regular clothes, t-shirt, jeans, sneakers, not his Marine uniform. There she is. He drops the bag. My favorite genius and future Nobel Prize winner. I jump into his arms. I missed you. He smells like soap and trees. There's no Nobel Prize for math. I'm going to win the Fields Medal. I've told him this before. I think he forgets on purpose. When I let go, Nana moves in for her hug. Her gray blonde head doesn't even reach his shoulders. Hey, Ma. He squeezes her so tight her feet come off the floor. As he steps into the living room, I offer him a squirt of hand sanitizer from the bottle I keep by the door. I use some too. Thanks. He looks around the apartment. Nana and I have only lived here since January. 193 days. Nana pulls Uncle Paul to the couch. She studies him like she's checking for damage. He looks the same to me, except his white skin is red from the sun. I take the chair, giving them some space. I sit, then stand, then sit, then stand, and finally sit. You still do your funny dance, Uncle Paul says. Don't tease her. Nana squeezes his arm. I'm not teasing. It's cute. Like the way she used to say spaghetti. Poschetti. He winks at me. I can say spaghetti fine, now that my front teeth have grown in, but I can't just sit down or stand still. So, Nana says, asking a question she can't put into words. I'm going to 29 Palms in California. Oh, thank God. She makes the sign of the cross and folds her hands in a quick prayer. Usually her prayers are much longer, like when she was praying Uncle Paul wouldn't have to go back to the Middle East. He's already been to Afghanistan twice. That's a great name, I say. You're going to live in a prime number. I'd like to live in a town that has a number in its name. There's a 5 Points, North Carolina, but Nana says we can't move 2 hours away because I love the name. Prime number, huh? Must be a sign, right, Ma? He winks at her. Nana likes when the universe gives her signals that good things are coming. Uncle Paul tells us about his new post and his girlfriend who lives near D.C. He shows us pictures on his phone, mostly of the girlfriend. He gives Nana a silk scarf and a bag of her favorite licorice from the base commissary. It's German. I get a lightning bolt charm on a silver chain. Lightning. It's your good luck symbol. Uncle Paul helps me put it on. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? I wouldn't recommend getting struck. Lightning kills an average of 47 people in America every year and severely injures hundreds, maybe thousands. To my disappointment, the government only keeps an accurate count of those who die. Good to know, he says. Do you not want the necklace? No, I love it. Thank you. I rub the charm between my finger and thumb. It needs to be wiped with Clorox, but that seems rude. I do it anyway. So, ladies, what's happening here on the home front? He asks. But wait, first, Lucy, how old am I? 11,881 days. And? I look at the clock. 19 hours, 7 minutes. He laughs. If it were anyone else, I'd be insulted he thinks my math skills are some kind of party trick. You're freaking amazing. Watch your language, Nana warns. I was watching my language. He kisses her cheek. Sorry, Ma. Now, seriously, what have you been up to? I just graduated from high school. Really? You're only 10. I'm 12. Impressive. He gives me a thumbs up. An impressive exaggeration, Nana says. Shouldn't you go to high school before graduating from high school? I roll my eyes, though Nana is sort of right. I didn't technically do every grade in every class. I've finished all the homeschool requirements, I've passed the GED, and she got a perfect score on her SATs, Nana finishes my thought. Yes, well, on the math section. I did okay with the reading and writing parts. Nana shakes her head. She's a good test taker. Congrats, Luce. What's next for the young genius? Harvard? Don't get her started, Nana says. I want to take college classes online. Well, I've been taking them for 2 semesters already, but under Nana's name, for fun. I have 15 college credits. Nana sits up straighter. But now I can take them in my own name. That's amazing, Luce. Maybe you could go to NC State. That's where I would have gone if I was smart like you. She's not going anywhere, Nana says. Can you imagine a 12-year-old living in the dorms? But I can do everything online, if Nana will let me. She breathes out a loud sigh. You can't do everything online. Whatever. I don't want to have this argument again. Uncle Paul looks at Nana and then at me. What's going on? Nana wants me to go to public school. She's too smart for regular school. I went to regular school. Uncle Paul acts like he's not smart, but that isn't true. He knows geography and history better than anyone I've ever met. He's really good at Jeopardy! I kept track of his score last time we watched. He had $11,500. Nana shakes her head again. Ask her when was the last time she left this apartment. Lucy, Uncle Paul mocks Nana's voice. When was the last time you left this apartment? I shrug, pretending not to know the answer. Lucille, he says. About 4 weeks ago. That sounds better than 32 days ago. I had an appointment with my brain doctor on June 25th. Nana sighs. See? Maybe I'm wrong. Nana laughs. That would be a first. Uncle Paul doesn't laugh. You can't stay holed up in this apartment. What about friends? What about fresh air? She probably has a vitamin D deficiency. I have friends, and I get plenty of vitamin D. I take a gummy vitamin every morning. How many? Nana asks. Vitamins? Friends. This is actually a hard answer to calculate. What makes someone a friend? A shared interest? Is there a minimum amount of time you need to spend together? Does the other person need to call you a friend too? Nana rubs the back of her neck. I think this is the real... 4! I shout. I have 4 friends. Who? Nana asks. Squarehead 314, Hip Hypotenuse, Numberlicious, and Greg S. 77. What? Nana laughs, but I'm not joking. Are those people? Yes, they're online friends. I know them from the math forums and the tutoring websites. Do you know anything about them? Uncle Paul asks, shaking his head. My family is ganging up on me. I know Squarehead 314 is a whiz with differential equations. He or she can explain things in the simplest terms. He or she? Uncle Paul asks. Don't be sexist. Girls are as good at math as boys are. I can't assume Squarehead 314 is a boy. Now it's my turn to shake my head. Squarehead is not your friend if you don't know her gender. Uncle Paul runs his hands over his micro-short, maybe 8 1/8 of an inch, hair. What do you want me to do? Nana told me to be careful on the internet. I try not to ask personal questions. Lucy, you don't know these people. You've never met them. They're not your friends, Nana says. Do you want me to invite them over? No, Nana snaps. These people could be murderers, especially Greg 77. He obviously has no imagination. It's Greg S. 77, and he's an expert in string theory. What is that? She holds up a hand. Never mind. Ma, how did you let this happen? Uncle Paul asks. Lucy needs to be around other kids. You can't keep her locked away. That's right. I have her locked in a tower and never let her out. She'll have to grow her hair and escape through the window if she ever wants to leave. Please, Paul. This would be a good time for me to say, don't blame Nana. Sure, she is the one who pulled me out of elementary school after 2nd grade, but I've never wanted to go back. Nana tried. She forced me to go to the homeschool gym class at the Y last year. I hated it. The other kids hated it too. I only like to bounce a basketball 3 times, or jump rope 3 times, or run around the track 3 times. Actually, I hate running around the track any number of times. People don't get me, and I don't really need the distractions. Instead, I say, Nana hasn't been to her doctor in over 2 years, 741 days exactly. What? Paul says. What does that have to do with anything? Ma, you have to take care of yourself. Nana and Uncle Paul go back and forth. I quietly excuse myself and carry Uncle Paul's duffel bag to my bedroom. I'm letting him sleep there for the weekend. I log on to my computer. Lightning Girl. Hey friends, I'm back. Squarehead 314. Great, we're talking fractal geometry. Maybe Squarehead and the others aren't friends, but we've got a shared love of math. Maybe that's enough. Life is like an equation, and mine is perfectly balanced. Nana plus Uncle Paul plus math equals happiness. Other people might need to add in friends or sports or money or something else, but my equation is already solved. Chapter 3. Uncle Paul stays with us for 3 nights. I hate that he's about to leave, even though he forced me out of the apartment every day while he was here. We've gone for ice cream, gone to the movies, bought groceries, and gone bowling. He bowled. I watched. I give Uncle Paul a hug in the parking lot. Nana and I don't know when we'll see him again, but I am happy to get my room back, and my bed. Nana kicks in her sleep. It's like she's on a treadmill. I'm gonna miss you, genius. He kisses my cheek. Be good for the old lady. Who are you calling old? Nana gives him a hug, then a kiss, then another hug, and another kiss. Okay, Ma, you're turning into Lucy. Very funny, I say. Nana and I watch Uncle Paul get into his Jeep and drive off. He waves an arm through the open window. Nana wipes her eye with her thumb. I try to go back inside, but she grabs my elbow. Get in the car, she says. What? Why? I notice that Nana has her purse. Just get in. I don't have my wipes or hand sanitizer. She pats her bag. Get in. I sit, stand, in the front seat, which is harder to do in the car than in the living room. When I close the door, Nana presses the door lock button. Where are we going? You'll see, she says. The car radio plays country music. Nana sings along, even though she doesn't seem to know any of the words. I stare out the window and count the telephone poles. We drive past Buy Low and Cracker Barrel, where Nana works, and the Route 68 Diner, my favorite place to eat because it has a great name and great curly fries. I've counted 117 telephone poles and 3 traffic lights when Nana turns on her blinker, and I see the sign, East Hamlin Middle School. Why are we here? She parks in a lot that has only 7 cars. Let's go, Nana says. I can't move. Nana gets out and walks around to my side. She yanks open my door, reaches across me, and takes off my seatbelt. I will carry you, she threatens. I know she can't lift me with her bad back, and I'm already taller than she is. I also know that we aren't leaving until she gets what she wants. Tell me why we are here, I say, without looking at her. She sighs. My darling genius granddaughter, don't play dumb with me. I'm not. You're going to middle school, she says. I should be going to college, I snap. Or at least high school. I don't think so. You need to work on some of your soft skills before I send you off to MIT. You need to be around your peers. Now, come on. She kisses her palm and pats it to my forehead. Then she starts walking toward the 2-story building. I have no choice but to follow. She's going to sign me up even if I stay in the car. The best decision Nana ever made was taking me out of public school. Now she wants to send me back. Obviously, her judgment is deteriorating. After I was diagnosed as a savant, school got really hard for me. Not the work. I basically bothered my 2nd grade teacher all day long, asking for more math problems. She gave me an old high school textbook and sat me in the back of the classroom. That worked for a while, until the day we celebrated her 60th birthday in class. "You're 21,915 days old," I shouted after she blew out the candle on her cupcake. "Wow," Mrs. Chu said. "That's a lot of days." She was used to me throwing out numbers and calculating everything. She was no longer impressed. "And if you die when you're 80, that's in 7,305 days. And it'll be a Sunday." "That's enough of that talk," Mrs. Chu warned. Then she went to the supply closet to get paper towels because Carter Harrison got frosting in his hair. "Hey, Lucy, how many days until I die?" Rachel McKee asked. I looked at the wall where all our birthdays were written on cake slice cutouts. "If you die when you're 80, you have 26,405 days to go," I explained. "What about me?" Carter asked. I did a quick calculation. "You'll die in 26,202 days. Then I had to tell everyone exactly how long I expected them to live. Really, I was just calculating the days until they turned 80. Some of them would probably die before 80. But Rachel started crying when she heard her best friend, Sofia Garcia, would outlive her by 172 days. "What's going on?" Mrs. Chu demanded. "Lucy's telling us when we're going to die," Rachel said. Her eyes were red and her nose was running. "You asked." Mrs. Chu sent me to the main office. And that wasn't the first time. By the end of the year, Nana had had enough. "She spends more time with the principal than in the classroom," she yelled. If Nana had bothered to do the math, she'd have found that technically that wasn't true. Still, she pulled me out of school and didn't make me go back. I got to stay in our apartment all day, learning some stuff from Nana and then mostly from my computer. 1,508 days of studying from the comfort of my bedroom. Looks like those days are over. When we get to the main office of East Hamlin Middle, it's obvious that Nana hasn't really thought this through. She hasn't made an appointment, and she hasn't brought along any of my records. Not like that's going to stop Nana when she's on a mission. A secretary gives us a little tour while we wait for the principal. I count the lockers, the stairs, the doors, everything. This hallway is mainly 8th grade, but it also has the music rooms. We have band, orchestra, and chorus. "Would you like to see the music rooms?" the secretary asks, sounding bored. "No, thank you. I want this to be over." The cafeteria doors are propped open. We follow the lady inside. It's the biggest room I've ever seen. We could have fit 6 of my elementary school cafeterias in here. Sunlight shines through the wall of windows, and the dust in the air twinkles. The air conditioning pushes these particles around, creating a beautiful fractal pattern. I wish I could take a picture of it, but it can only be seen clearly in my brain. "It's a nice school," Nana says. "I guess." I tap my toe 3 times. When the tour is done, Nana and I meet with the principal in his office. On his messy desk is a crystal plaque that says District Principal of the Year. He shakes Nana's hand and tells us to have a seat. I sit, stand, sit in a wooden chair. Dr. Cobb stares but doesn't say anything. I wish I could explain it to him. If I don't do this routine, my brain will go into frantic repeat mode. The digits of pi will take over like an infection. I won't be able to concentrate on anything but the numbers. Nana pulls out an old receipt from her purse and helps herself to a pen from the principal's desk. "When's the first day of school?" she asks. "First day for students is August 27th. "And what time do classes start?" "Homeroom begins at 7:30, but "School ends at what time?" Nana doesn't let the man talk. 10 after 2. "And what grade will Lucy be in?" We need to slow down here. Dr. Cobb holds up his hands. "Please, Mrs. Callahan, may I ask a few questions?" "I'm not going to stop you." She leans back in her chair. "Great." He smiles wide. "Lucy has been homeschooled for how long?" 1,508 days. "Since 3rd grade, Nana says." "And you've been her primary educator?" he asks. "For the most part. We use a lot of computer resources." Nana smooths my hair. I push her hand away. "Do you have her records?" he asks. The state requires attendance, grades, and end of year all A's. Nana interrupts again. Lucy's very smart. Very, very smart. She doesn't say genius or savant or prodigy. She doesn't mention the lightning strike. Do you have any records? He folds his hands and puts them on his desk. It's like he already knows the answer. I'll email them to you, she says. Nana hasn't kept any records, but I have. All my grades are neatly organized in a spreadsheet, and I have copies of every test, project, and paper stored in folders. We will also need immunization records. She writes that down. Anything else? Joyce is getting the rest of the paperwork. You'll find everything in there. Good. Nana clicks the pen closed and gives it back to Dr. Cobb. He looks at me again. You're 12? I nod. Well, Lucy, welcome to East Hamlin Middle and to 7th grade. He offers me his hand. I don't shake it. Lucy doesn't shake hands, Nana explains. She's afraid of germs. That's true, and Nana is forcing me to be part of this germ-infested community where the people are called my peers only because we are the same age. My real peers are creating algorithms and solving problems. They'll be changing the world, while I'll be wasting time memorizing textbooks and ducking dodgeballs. Chapter 4. Nana insists on taking a picture on my first day of school. Why are you doing this to me? I ask, refusing to smile. It's only a picture. She holds up her cell phone. That's not what I mean. I'd been hoping that Nana would change her mind about middle school. I refused to give her my records of classes and grades, but she figured out my password, Lucy 31415. I need to think of something harder. And printed my files. She only took the records through 6th grade, nothing higher. Lucy, we've been over this. Give it a year. You can always start college when you're 13. That's still 5 years earlier than most people. There's a 12-year-old boy starting at Cornell this month. Well, he obviously has a nicer grandmother than you do. College can wait. It can wait 1 year? That's it, right? Can I get that in writing? I slide my lightning bolt necklace under my shirt. I promise. She says it too easily. Give it 1 year and really make a go of it. Make one friend. Do one thing outside of these walls. Read one book not written by an economist or a mathematician. 1 year, one friend, one activity, one book. This year is brought to you by the number 1. I try to sound like the Count from Sesame Street. Yes, now smile. You're such a beautiful girl when you smile. I roll my eyes and stick out my tongue. Nana can't control everything. She sighs. I'm going to say an extra prayer for you. Thanks. I'm going to need it. East Hamlin Middle School has SMOD, Standard Mode of Dress. It's not a uniform, just super strict rules for clothes. Our shirts can only be red, white, or blue. Shorts and pants need to be khaki or dark blue. No jeans. Nana had to go to Walmart to buy me a whole new set of itchy, stiff clothes. Why didn't you tell the principal that I'm a genius? I ask as I put my new lunch bag into my new backpack. I told him you were really smart, and they'll figure it out soon enough. In the beginning, I thought you might just want to be treated like any other kid. She gives me a hug. Don't worry, I'm sure there are still some things they can teach you. Nana offers to wait with me at the bus stop. I want to go alone. I know she's watching from the window. She's making sure I don't hide inside the dumpster or something. Like that would happen. There are 7 kids at the bus stop in front of our apartment. A prime number. A good sign, if you believe in that kind of thing. I recognize them, but don't know any of them. All of them play on their phones or wear headphones and stare off into space. I have a phone, too, a back-to-school gift from Nana, but it's just a phone. I can only text and call. I hear the bus a long time before I see it. When it screeches to a stop, we walk up the 3 steps in a quiet, orderly fashion. The bus driver, a lady about Nana's age, stares straight ahead and doesn't say anything. I take the first open seat I find. I sit I stand, I sit, I stand. Sit down, the bus driver yells. I sit, relieved that I don't need to do my routine 5 times. That might have landed me in detention or gotten me suspended or something. I don't know a lot about the school district's system of punishment. I slide over to the window. The bus makes another stop and 4 kids get on. I watch each of them pass by. The last girl meets my eyes and snarls. She's a pretty girl with long blonde hair and blue eyes covered in black eyeshadow, but when she snarls, she looks like a rabid raccoon. We had one of those once behind our apartment. I decide to keep my gaze down. Tomorrow I'll bring a book or something, maybe a Sudoku puzzle. Those don't take me much time. As fast as I can move the pen, I can fill them in. I even did the one created by a mathematician from Finland. He called it the hardest Sudoku ever made, with only 23 of the 81 squares filled in at the start. I still finished it in less than 5 minutes. Everything changes at the 4th stop when a girl falls into the seat next to me. She falls partly on me, too. I push her off as politely as I can. Sorry about that, she says. It's okay. She adjusts her glasses up on her face and swings her backpack onto her lap. It's army green, like the number 20, and covered with patches. Save the polar bears. Equal pay for equal work. Respect Mother Earth. I can't believe I used to love the first day of school, she says. Like when I was in elementary school. But my sister was right. Middle school is... She stops and looks around. Then she whispers a word Uncle Paul would use to describe a bad night in Afghanistan. I nod, already agreeing with this girl's sister, and the school day hasn't officially started. Are you a 6th grader? She asks. No, 7th. You must be new to EHMS. Or you're super quiet, because I don't remember you from last year. She studies me closely. I enrolled over the summer. I was supposed to go to another school. Or college. What school? John Glenn Middle? They had a kid bring a knife to school like 2 years ago, and now my mom thinks it's a gang school. Not John Glenn. I shake my head. I'm in 7th grade too, but a lot of people think I'm in high school. The lifeguard at the pool this summer thought I was in 10th grade. She does look older, but 10th grade is a stretch. She has braces and brown hair that flips out at the ends in a spiky way. Hair doesn't normally do that. At least I don't think so. It's definitely cooler than my braid. She has a cluster of pimples across her white forehead that are covered in makeup. She smells like vanilla perfume and wears shiny pink lip gloss. What's your name? She asks. What's your name? I ask back. Okay, that's weird. She dramatically lifts her eyebrows. Sorry, I'm Lucy. I'm Windy. Not Wendy, but Windy, with an I. Then she blows in my face. I try not to breathe. I last 10 seconds. Are you okay? She asks. I suck in another breath. That wasn't very sanitary. Geez, relax. Do you think I'm diseased or something? I can't tell whether she's trying to be mean or she's just weird. She didn't snarl like the other girl. No, but what? She glares at me and moves even closer. We all carry germs and bacteria. They're everywhere. We each have a cloud of microbes that swim around us. They're called microbiomes, she yells. I did my science fair experiment last year on microbiomes. I didn't expect this girl with spiky hair and no concern for personal space to know about microbiomes. As a peace offering, I pull out my bottle of hand sanitizer and offer her a squirt. She holds out her palm and takes a glob. I use some too. Feel better? She asks. I nod. Did you know malaria kills 1 child every 30 seconds somewhere in the world? She raises her eyebrows again. Malaria is something to be afraid of, not microbiomes. That would be 1,051,200 dead children a year. Last year, I helped raise enough money to send 120 mosquito nets to a village in Ghana, she brags. Wow. I don't tell her that she only helped 0.001% 0.01% of the possible malaria victims. Math can be cruel sometimes. "Who do you have for homeroom?" she asks, suddenly changing topics. "Room 213. I remember the room number before the teacher's name. "Mr. Stoker?" "Me too. We're on the same team. That's cool." The bus parks in front of the school before Wendy can ask anything else. When the doors open, she pushes into the aisle and disappears. I can't make my way out, at least not without touching anyone. I get off the bus last. Wendy's gone, and I'm alone with hundreds of strangers. Someone knocks into me, and I bump into a kid whose microbiome is 90% body spray. "Watch it!" He throws his elbow to make space. I take a breath and realize that hiding in the dumpster would have been a better way to spend the day. Chapter 5. Finding room 213 is easy. Getting in is impossible. From the hall, I tap my toe 3 times and watch 4 kids go to the door. Mr. Stoker shakes hands with each of them before he allows them into his class. He holds their hands for 3 seconds as he speaks to them. He smiles more than the kids do. I assume this is a first day ritual and not something we have to go through each morning. Maybe I should try again tomorrow. Another student goes in, then another, each forced to shake hands with the teacher. "Hey!" Out of nowhere, Wendy jumps in front of me. "Sorry I ran off. Needed to use the bathroom before class." That's what happens when you start the day with 3 cups of coffee. "You drink coffee?" "When my mom's not looking. Coffee isn't bad for you. Some people say caffeine stunts your growth, but I'm fine with that. I'd like to stay this size. Plus, I needed a jolt. I stayed up all night listening to Hamilton." "Okay." I don't mean for it to sound like a question. "The Tony Award-winning musical?" she says. "You know it, right?" I shake my head. "I'm not into music." "You should listen to it. Life-changing." A bell rings. "Come on." Wendy and her massive backpack head toward Mr. Stoker. I watch her shake the man's hand. It looks so simple, and he appears to be a clean guy. He's tall, with cropped black hair, a thin mustache, and dark brown skin. He wears a bright white shirt with a narrow green tie, the color of the number 38. His dark blue pants, the color of 62, look brand new. He probably washes regularly. But he's touched the hand of every kid who walked into the room. The exponential magnitude of germ growth is disgusting. I force myself not to estimate the number of bacteria being passed around. I feel dizzy. As the hallway clears out, Mr. Stoker notices me. "Do you need some assistance?" he asks in a friendly store clerk way. "No." "Are you supposed to be in my homeroom?" he asks, still smiling. "Yes, sir." "Are you Lucille Callahan?" I nod. We've never met before. I know that much. Maybe the principal warned him about me. Maybe if I'm late, they'll kick me out of the school. "Your grandmother sent me an email. She said you hadn't been to middle school before. But don't worry. It's a new year for everyone. Except me. This is my 15th year in 7th grade. He motions to the door and then puts his hands in his pockets. I wonder what else Nana told him. Obviously, she mentioned my phobia. I slowly walk to the door. I keep my eyes on Mr. Stoker to see if he takes out his germy hands, but he just rocks back and forth like he's listening to music. "Welcome. I'm Mr. Stoker, your homeroom and first period math teacher. Please find your seat. They're labeled. I have one question for you. Do you prefer to be called Lucille or Lucy?" "Lucy." The moment I step into room 213, I fall in love. Mr. Stoker has a banner that wraps around all 4 walls with the value of pi to the 280th place. By the way, it's 2. And he has posters with equations and one with the Fibonacci sequence. If I had to pick a favorite math sequence, it would be Fibonacci. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21. Mr. Stoker also has some funny posters. 5 out of 4 people don't understand fractions. And another, math is a journey, so show your work. Lucy, Wendy half yells, half whispers, and everyone turns to look at me. That's your seat. She points to a desk in the second row that has a paper with my name written on it. I try to smile in thanks, and I tap my toe 3 times to keep the numbers quiet and to keep from running out the door. When I get to my seat, I put my backpack on the floor. Mr. Stoker's at the front of the room, introducing himself again. I don't know what to do first. Sit down or clean my desk? The warning bell rings at 7:25, the second bell at 7:30. Mr. Stoker speaks in a low voice that can only be heard if everyone is quiet. You're expected to be in your seat, ready to start the day at 7:30. I don't think Mr. Stoker's picking on me specifically, but I'm the only person not sitting. I take a breath and sit. Stay, Lucy. But I can't. The numbers invade my head. 3.14159. Ignore them. 26535897932384626. Mr. Stoker keeps talking, but I can't make out the words. 433827950288419693937510510582009. The numbers get louder, bigger, and brighter. 7944592306286280348253421170. I stand up. All the way up. I only meant to come up an inch. I have no control over me. The kid next to me, his name is Levi, according to the paper on his desk, turns his head real quick, like I've scared him. I sit again, I stand again, I sit. Finally, my face heats up like I have the worst case of sunburn. No one says anything, but I'm in the second row, and I know the 18 kids who are not in the front row all noticed my weirdness. Wendy is in the front and misses it all, which is a relief because she would have said something or asked, "What are you doing?" Announcements come over the classroom speaker. The principal welcomes us all to another great school year. While he reads an inspirational quote, I slip an individually wrapped Clorox wipe from my backpack and clean my desk. Levi watches me with his mouth open. He has dark eyes that I wish would stop looking at me, brown skin, and black curly hair that's thick on top of his head and shaved almost nothing on the sides. He stares as if he's never seen anyone clean before. It's not like I'm doing a magic trick or a dangerous science experiment. When I finish wiping the top, I show him the cloth. It's black with grime. He wrinkles his face in disgust. I'm not sure whether the look is for the dirt or for me. I slip the dirty wipe into a sandwich bag to throw away later. I'll probably collect 15 to 20 wipes during the day. Homeroom lasts for 10 minutes. Afterward, we stay in our seats, and Mr. Stoker starts his class. I'm disappointed because he spends his 50 minutes going over rules and policy. I wanted to hear him talk about math, even if it was only addition. When the bell rings, I get up slowly. I don't want to bump into kids in the doorway. What do you have next? Wendy asks. Room 304, Spanish. I've already finished 6 semesters of high school Spanish online. I can't speak it well, but I'm great at memorizing words. I have technology, then language arts third. You do too, right? We should have all our core classes together. That's how it works. Yeah, I nod. Well, then I'll see you in 50 minutes. If I've survived that long.